Cecil, what is a witch?
A witch is virtually the village wise woman come midwife. Is if everybody on planet Earth at some time or another has problems, and in the old days that you did not have vets or doctors or dentists in the village, and when you had the tummy ache, you went to the wise woman.
So why were witches persecuted?
The persecution of witches is entirely due to the fact that we live in a male-dominated world. And with the Christian church, you've only got to look at the fuss that there is over the suggestion that in this day and age that we should have ladies as priests. And so consequently anybody who is able to do, which is very often regarded as miraculous things, as to cure people, to help people in all sorts and kinds of ways, is frowned upon by the male.
What's your most interesting object here?
The most interesting object, without doubt, is Joan Wyatt, who is actually a witch of Bodmin, and her life was marked by the fact that she was small but had phenomenal strength, and so she was nicknamed the fighting fairy woman of Bodmin. The reason she got into trouble was that she'd go round the markets trying to earn a living and listen to the farmers talking. When she heard that anybody had trouble with their cattle, a little bit later on she sidled up and said, "I hear you're having a bit of trouble with this, that, and the other. I'll come out and see what I can do to sort it out." And she came out to the farms, and she had a very high success rate. Certainly she maintained 60–40% of success. The only trouble was that the farmers weren't all that keen on paying her, and so they'd let the bill run on. And so she'd beat them again at another market and ask for her money, and they told her just sort of to push off and that sort of thing. Much to their surprise, these huge, hulking great men with this small little frail woman, she would get hold of them and swing them around and pull them over and so forth and so on, and be on top of them in 2 minutes and threaten to poke their eyes out with her 2 fingers.
And this is the actual skeleton of the fairy witch of Bodmin, Joan Wyatt. Forgive me for asking, Cecil, but what's going to happen to this collection when you eventually pass away?
I've had all sorts of people come and crawl over the place, and time wasters, and look at this, and then again, of course, you get a lot of this business about the glory of British heritage. But I've at long last, after several years, have woken up to the fact that, okay, you believe in familiar spirits and guardian angels, and I'm afraid I pass the question to them. And I'm quite convinced that when the time is ripe, is that they will provide an answer.